Hi everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. As a professional figure skating coach that teaches group and private lessons, I work with many different skaters from toddlers all the way up to adults. And I've seen all the issues. And I do mean all the issues. So today, I'm counting down the top mistakes people make when renting ice skates. These mistakes can cost you time and money. You've probably made a few of these mistakes. Keep watching so that you don't make any additional mistakes. Let's start with size. Most people walk up to the rental counter and give the staff their regular shoe size, the size you wear for your sneakers. This is a massive mistake. Ice skates do not run in the same sizing as your sneakers do. The last used by manufacturers like Jackson to shape the skates actually runs a half to a full size bigger than your shoe size. That's right, they run larger than your shoes. So always go down, never up. Plus, rental skate companies don't know if you're male or female. So the sizes are usually in female sizes. Male skaters who walk up to the counter and give the regular shoe size will wind up with a much bigger skate than the normal size, sometimes 2 sizes too big. So keep this in mind when you approach the rental skate counter. The second mistake is wearing the wrong kind of socks. I always advise you not to wear thick socks. Of course, I realize this is counterintuitive. You are standing on a block of ice. If you wear thick socks, you can't feel the skate, and your feet sort of turn to mush. You want to wear a thin sock so that you can actually feel the skate. This will provide you with better control. With your thin socks on, make sure that your toes graze the front of the boot. Notice that I said graze. You definitely don't want your toes scrunched up in there. If your toes don't graze the front of the skate, it's too big. Just go back to the rental counter and get a smaller size. Once you have the correct size, it's critical to tie the skates correctly. Unfortunately, sometimes rental skates don't always have the best laces. I've seen rental skates with laces that were broken and tied back together. I've seen laces that are too short to tie them all the way up. I've even seen string or twine used instead of actual shoelaces. I've also seen different laces in each skate. I don't know why the rinks do this. They should really be inspecting the skates for wear and replacing the laces with appropriate laces whenever necessary. Unfortunately, many ice rinks just don't do this. So check the skates. Make sure that the laces are in good repair so that you can tie them nice and tight with consistent lacing pattern, and do not have to skip any hooks. If there's an issue with the laces, go back up to the rental counter and ask for another pair. Don't be afraid to do this. If you went to rent a car and it had 4 different tires on it, or the tires were badly worn, or the tires were something other than tires for a car, maybe bicycle tires, you wouldn't drive that car, would you? It's the same with ice skates. You shouldn't skate with skates that have damaged or inappropriate laces. Just ask the rental skate staff for another pair with better laces. People do this all the time. Honestly, I have a whole other video on tying your skates. Be sure to view that one so that you know how to tie them correctly. There's a link to it in the description down below. Once you have your skates on and tied correctly, it's time to skate. A widespread issue is that one of the skates, usually the left one, has you bending inward so that it's challenging to keep your foot in an upright position. What's up with that? That comes from other skaters that have used those skates. Likely they didn't tie them correctly or had a size or 2 that's too big. And the reason it's your left foot with the issue is that most rinks have all skaters going counterclockwise for public skate. Previous wearers of those skates were likely leaning on the wall. So many beginning skaters do this, and it's unfortunate because it breaks the boot down. It can even torque the blade. If you notice this, go back up to the rental counter and ask the staff for a different pair of skates. What if you notice that you're unable to glide? That is most likely because previous wearers of those skates may have walked on the bleachers or concrete areas around the rink where they're not supposed to go. Believe it or not, I've even caught skaters standing outside the rink on the sidewalk wearing the rink's rental skates. I'm not making this up. Seriously, people do this. Just go back up to the rental desk and request a different pair of skates. Of course, when you go to the rental counter, there is no guarantee that the next pair of skates you get will be any better. Each pair of rental skates costs the ice rink an average of about $100. And they rent them, depending on the rink, for around $5 each time. So it takes the ice rink around 20 rentals to break even on each pair of rental skates. As you can imagine, ice rinks will hold on to skates for as long as they possibly can before they replace them. So those skates that you're renting could have had hundreds of feet in them. Over time, each pair of rental skates will be completely different in terms of fit and wear. This brings me to my next mistake: staying in rental skates for too long. Rentals are perfectly okay for your first time skating when you're giving it a try, but rentals are not intended to wear for an extended period of time, especially when you're an adult or adult size. Even rental skates that are in the best possible condition just are not supportive enough. Plus, you want consistency in terms of equipment. If you get a slightly different pair of skates every time you skate, there will be a learning curve for you to adjust to them. Having your own pair of skates is honestly the best way to go. Think about it this way: you're paying money for each ice session and or lesson, even if it's a group lesson. Plus, you're spending time learning how to skate. Time is money too, so if you're in group lessons, and each lesson costs an average of $20 to $30, with rental skates and practice time included, throughout an 8-week session, you spend about $240. If you're struggling with rental skates that entire time, much of that money could be wasted, not even to mention that you may become frustrated or even injured. But if you invest in your own pair of skates, you'll likely have a safer and more enjoyable time. You can even progress faster and stay with skating much longer. If you tried skating with rental skates and enjoyed it enough, go ahead and purchase your own pair. That said, make sure that you go to a reputable shop and get fitted by a professional skate technician.
Hello.
How are you?
So many people order things online. Often, they're the wrong size. I can't even tell you how many skaters that I have had do this. And they find out a few months later that their skates are a size, and sometimes 2 sizes, too big. That's just a waste of money. Additionally, when beginning skaters or parents pick out a pair of skates on their own, without the help of a professional skate tech, they often find themselves in inappropriate equipment. Often they invest in low quality skates that are not much less in price than the higher quality skates. Or they get high quality skates that are not appropriate for the level. So just do yourself a favor and ask your coach or the rink skating director where the best place to go to get fitted for skates. Often the pro shop at your rink, if there is one, is not always the best place to go. Get a recommendation from a professional coach to ensure you're going to a trusted source. So now tell me, what mistakes have you made when skating in rental skates? If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with somebody else that you think it could help. Just post it to your social media too. I post videos every week that can help you with skating, nutrition, ultimately live a better life. So remember to subscribe and ring that bell so that you never miss a video. This is Aimée. Happy skating. I will see you real soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.